Sahih al-Bukhari 851. Narrated Uqba. I offered the Asr prayer behind the Prophet at Medina. When he had finished the prayer with Taslim, he got up hurriedly and went out by crossing the rows of the people to one of the dwellings of his wives. The people got scared at his speed. The Prophet came back and found the people surprised at his haste and said to them, I remembered a piece of gold lying in my house and I did not like it to divert my attention from Allah's worship, so I have ordered it to be distributed in charity. Sahih al-Bukhari 852. Narrated Abdullah. You should not give away a part of your prayer to Satan by thinking that it is necessary to depart, after finishing the prayer, from one's right side only. I have seen the Prophet often leave from the left side. Sahih al-Bukhari 853. Narrated Ibn Umar. During the holy battle of Khaybar the Prophet said, whoever ate from this plant, i.e. garlic, should not enter our mosque. Sahih al-Bukhari 854. Narrated Atta. I heard Jabir bin Abdullah saying, the Prophet said, whoever eats from this plant, he meant garlic, should keep away from our mosque. I said, what does he mean by that? He replied, I think he means only raw garlic. Sahih al-Bukhari 855. Narrated Jabir bin Abdullah. The Prophet said, whoever eats garlic or onion should keep away from our mosque or should remain in his house. Jabir bin Abdullah, in another narration said, once a big pot containing cooked vegetables was brought. On finding unpleasant smell coming from it, the Prophet asked, what is in it? He was told all the names of the vegetables that were in it. The Prophet ordered that it should be brought near to some of his companions who were with him. When the Prophet saw it, he disliked to eat it and said, eat. I don't eat, for I converse with those whom you don't converse with, i.e. the angels. Sahih al-Bukhari 856. Narrated Abdul Aziz. A man asked Anas, what did you hear from the Prophet about garlic? He said, the Prophet said, whoever has eaten this plant should neither come near us nor pray with us. Sahih al-Bukhari 857. Narrated Sulayman ash-Shaybani. I heard Ash-Shubai saying, a person who was accompanying the Prophet passed by a grave that was separated from the other graves told me that the Prophet once led the people in the funeral prayer and the people had a line behind him. I said, O Abamr, who told you about it? He said, Ibn Abbas. Sahih al-Bukhari 858. Narrated Abu Sa'id al-Khudri. The Prophet said, Ghusl, taking a bath, on Friday is compulsory for every Muslim reaching the age of puberty. Sahih al-Bukhari 859. Narrated Ibn Abbas. One night I slept at the house of my aunt Maymuna and the Prophet slept, too. He got up, for prayer, in the last hours of the night and performed a light ablution from a hanging leather skin. Amr, the sub-narrator described that the ablution was very light. Then he stood up for prayer and I got up too and performed the ablution in the same way and joined him on his left side. He pulled me to the right and prayed as much as Allah will. Then he lay down and slept and I heard his breath sounds till the Muaddin came to him to inform him about the Dhifar, prayer. He left with him for the prayer and prayed without repeating the ablution. Sufyan the sub-narrator said, we said to Amr, some people say, the eyes of the Prophet sleep but his heart never sleeps. Amr said, Ubay bin Umar said, the dreams of the prophets are divine inspirations. Then he recited, O my son, I have seen in dream that I was slaughtering you, offering you in sacrifice. 37.102. Sahih al-Bukhari 860. Narrated Anas bin Malik. My grandmother Malaika invited Allah's Messenger for a meal which she had prepared specially for him. He ate some of it and said, Get up. I shall lead you in the prayer. I brought a mat that had become black owing to excessive use and I sprinkled water on it. Allah's Messenger stood on it and prayed 2 rakat, and the orphan was with me, in the first row, and the old lady stood behind us.